to my channel, where today I'm doing something that I haven't really done before, and I'm going to be reviewing a product or a service. Actually, kind of both. I'm reviewing HelloFresh. Now, most people have heard of things like Box, where you pay them a subscription fee and they send you their arrangement of snacks. With Box, you get 4 little boxes and you can choose whether you like them or dislike them. But that's as much as say as you get. You don't get to specifically choose the 4 things you want. They choose it for you and send it off to you. HelloFresh is kind of the same thing, but with meals. You can choose between 3 days or 5 days, a classic box, a veggie box, or a family box, and up to 2, 3, or 4 people. They will then send you their dishes that they make each week, each recipe being different every single week, and all the ingredients provided for you to cook the meal. The prices vary on the type of box you get and the amount of people that you're cooking for. This will literally just be running over the basics of why I ordered it, what I liked about it, what I disliked about it. If you want to see the food that I got in my box, which was for 5 meals, it's on my second channel where I've filmed the unboxing of it. I've also filmed the food with the ingredients next to the recipe card, and then what I actually managed to cook and what I thought of each meal. So they're on my second channel if you want to check them out. Also on my blog, which the link will be below, has probably the most thorough, detailed review that you could possibly think of for HelloFresh. If you still have a question after reading that blog, then I am dumbfounded. Okay, well first off, why did I order it? I ordered this because I love new fads. I loved Box. I lived off it for quite a while and I was very happy to do so. I also love cooking and I run out of ideas a lot. I love learning new things, and you get recipe cards in this, and I was like, yeah, I'll learn new food, and if I like it I can keep cooking it. I also hate wasting food. I hate that I cook for 1 most of the time and I cook for 10. I shop for 20 and so much food gets thrown out that I liked the idea that this was sending me the exact amount I needed for the exact amount of people. I didn't like the fact that when ordering it only does it in 2s, 3s or 4s. What about people who live on their own? What about single people? Is this prejudice against people who like being on their own? This put me off for a very long time and I didn't order straight away. Eventually someone told me that if you don't have someone to share your food with, that most of the food actually does stay fresh. And what I realised what I could do with it is I could cook my tea at night and take the leftovers for lunch. Most of the stuff I did actually get were leftoverables, lunch leftoverables. So if you are on your own, that is actually an issue that is sorted. So I still think it's bad, but it's redeemable. You can fix that. The ordering process is super easy. You pick what box you want, you pick how many people you want it cooked for, and then you pick how many meals you want, whether it's 3 meals per week or 5. I also have a discount code, which is at the bottom if you want to use it, giving you £20 off your first box. When I ordered my first box, I actually got £20 off. So I was really excited about using that. Used it, picked 5 meals and did my order. The only problem with this is that once you've paid, it doesn't send you a receipt of how much you spent. And when I actually looked at my bank account, it actually didn't apply the discount code. I got in touch with them and they very quickly got back in touch and refunded me the difference. But at the time, I was really wound up because what if I didn't check my bank statement? They should have told me there and then. But I did get my money back and they were very prompt with the replies, so I had to lump it and just wait for the box to be delivered. The postal service can only be delivered on Monday, Wednesday and Thursday, which isn't that bad, but if you work office hours, that can be very inconvenient, as the hours are also only between 9 and 5. So I took a day off on the first day to accept the box, although I have been told that you can leave additional information where they can leave the box for you, but you only have 25 characters to give this description, which can be quite hard, and some people don't even have that option where they can leave it somewhere. And if it's outside, you've got to think about the weather. But if you do have that option, they do say that the boxes can stay up to 30 hours without being refrigerated, as they are insulated and cooled inside on their own. So you also have that option. From now on, I've asked them to leave it somewhere and I can go off to work. When the delivery came, I was so excited. I love food and I love cooking anyway. And I'm one of them really fortunate people that I'm not fussy. So there's pretty much anything I'll eat. So I got this box full of food and it's all for me and it got delivered to my doorstep. And I almost forgot to film the unboxing of it. Like if you actually look in the unboxing video, I think it actually starts with it being just open. That's probably because I ripped it half open and then went, oh, because I was so excited. But yeah, I was really surprised with how much was in there. I mean, I know I chose the larger box. It was full full of ingredients, all fresh, all well packaged, nothing was damaged. I was really impressed and excited. The thing I liked a lot about it as well, it came with like this news book, and it showed you where the meat comes from, the herbs come from, the fruit comes from, and you could see the butcher, the fishmonger, the farmer, and I really liked that, because as an independent business owner, we all should look after the independent business. It's the chains that are taking the money away from everybody else, and you're not going to get as good a quality usually going to a chain. So I felt really good about myself that I was helping independent people by using this product. The meals are incredible. They are just phenomenal. The first day we picked a really simple one. We picked salmon and potatoes and spinach with like this lemon creme fraiche side sauce. And at first I kept getting really confused, going, oh, surely it's not all the potatoes, oh, surely it's not all the creme fraiche. And no, it is. Most of it is pre-measured. The only thing that isn't really pre-measured is the fresh herbs. And usually, just to double check on the back of the recipe cards, it may say half a lemon. So, but most of it is actually pre-measured. So you just open the spinach, put it in a pan, open the potatoes, put it in a pan. It's so easy. I wasn't looking forward to salmon that much. I love salmon, but I cook it all the time and I wasn't expecting that much from it. And then we ate it and it was like eating something from a brilliant restaurant. And I don't know if it's because I cooked it the way they told me to, or the quality was better, or maybe just because I'm hyping it up in my own head, but it was phenomenal. It was delicious. The second day we had like this special type of spicy chili, but we just left the chili out, the spicy part out. That's the other good thing about cooking it fresh. You can take an ingredient out if you don't want it. And I wasn't looking forward to it that much. I'm not a massive fan of chili, but I'll eat it. Tried it. It was my favourite dish that week. It was phenomenal, and I will be using that recipe card again. And this is the pattern that happened throughout the week. I'd either not be that looking forward to it and be blown away, or looking forward to it and just still be blown away. The food was just delicious, and it was food I was cooking, which makes me feel awesome as a chef, and I loved it. Only problem I'd say, on the last day we had a coriander fresh herb, and when we opened it, it was spoiled. But it was the only spoiled food we got, and it was just a herb. We can live without that. I had some dried coriander and added that in anyway. Pros! It taught me how to cook new things. I'm not a lazy cook. I cook a lot of things from scratch. I prefer to, because then I know more and more of what's going into my food. And I loved learning 5 new things every day, even when it was just the salmon. I learned how nice this dill and lemon creme fraiche dip is. I loved it. It showed me just how much I cook too much of something. The quantities I use are ridiculous. I kept looking at this bag of rice they gave to me and I went, that's too small for 2 people, that's ridiculous. And then we cooked it and it was too much still, like we were full by the end of it, and it made me realise I really do cook too much, I buy too much. In the long run, this is saving me money. It also showed me that I overcook my food. I've got a really weird thing about like getting food poisoning and not cooking my food properly. I don't know why, I've never really suffered from it, but I have a very weird thing about it. I always, if anything, overcook my food just to make sure it's safe. I realised just by how much I do that, sometimes quadruple the amount of time needed to cook something to a healthy and delicious standard. I don't really grocery shop, so every day when I finish work, I usually go, what do I want for tea? Pick up what I feel like and then go home and cook that, which is fine. I still get the variety and the freedom that I want, but having HelloFresh deliver all this food for me actually really de-stressed my life a little bit, because of that I didn't have to stress over what I wanted. I didn't have to go to the shops and buy it and then come home with 20 other things that I didn't need but caught my eye when shopping for the other things I did need. It really just took all that away from me. It saved time, and because of that it saved money again. Cons. It's not cheap. It is and it isn't. It's a very confusing one. You get an amazing quality of food, you get a good range of food, but because you're paying for it in bulk, it seems expensive. The one I got is £49 for the 5 meals, but it's 5 meals for 2 people, so it works out at just under £5 a head. And I bet at home you could get it for around about that price shopping for yourself, but you have to go out, you have to shop for it, you have to get everything. It is expensive on a whole, but it isn't. A genuine con though is you genuinely might not like the food they send you. If you have the 3 meal plan, you can substitute it for 2 of the other 5, but if you have the 5 meal plan, you are stuck with them 5 meals, and if you don't like anything, you're screwed. So fussy people might not like this. Delivery time slots. Like I've already mentioned, it's only during the day and only during the weekday, so some people may struggle to ever have this delivered to them, which is a shame, and they only do it for 2 people. But like like I've mentioned, there are ways around that and it's not the end of the world. Overall, would I order again? Yes, I have actually subscribed, and at the moment I'm having it delivered on a Monday every other week just to get the flow of things, to treat myself every other week, and then the other week get my own stuff in and try and compare finances, stress time, see if I like their other recipes, because I might have just looked out this week. But yeah, I am loving HelloFresh at the moment. And if you want to give it a go and have your first box with 20 quid off, use the link below. Also, even though you are subscribing, you can cancel it after that box. I did. I only got one box, cancelled it, and then realised I loved it and reordered again. So you can always do that. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. See you soon. Bye bye.